Hi guys, sorry about this random video. It's going to be much shorter than you guys are used to and a bit weirder written, but this is for a few reasons, one of which is this part is ultimately not going to be all that interesting. Remember, this is a story where we've had access to God Key since the beginning of the Boo saga, and it means that everyone is pretty jacked at the minute. Even some of our non-Saiyan characters like Piccolo and even Videl to a lesser extent have got massive increases in power. I do just want to explain that before we get going, but the main reason this video is coming out now, months after the last part had, well, I actually thought I released this part. However, I remember now that I actually didn't like the audio all that much and I wanted to redo it. So here I am redoing it now. The main reason I'm redoing it at this point in time is I don't have a lot of free time at the minute. For most people, you know, I've been at college while I've been doing what ifs for a while, and this is actually my final year of doing it, so I've been concentrating a lot more on college work than I have been on writing what ifs. I'm approaching the end and I hopefully should have it all done pretty soon, but I've just been a bit tired. Alongside that, I've been leading a social life and working, and it's just led to me being a bit more, well, having not as much free time on my hands. But like I said, I apologise, this part is going to be very fast and very short, but I wanted to give everyone a bit of a conclusion to this story, so I hope everyone enjoys. This is going to be a very fast part, I can't reiterate this enough, so let's get going. The universe has been in peace for a while. Now, peace is a good thing, for everyone but Goku, who has started to get slowly bored. Over these few months of peace, he's managed to tap into a new power, something Whis had been teaching him for ages. But he's had no one to really test it up against, other than Vegeta's Ultra Ego form, which he's enjoyed sparring against, but he needs a new challenge, something different. So, after a while of growing bored, he remembers the promise the Omni King had made, so heads off to go rearrange the deal, and like that, things begin to play out like canon. In this timeline, there is no exhibition match, because there is no future Omni King. Alongside this, multiple universes are at stake. It's a much more friendly tournament for just getting a wish on the Super Dragon Balls. So the recruitment's actually a lot easier in this timeline, since there's not the weight of the universe at stake, and it's now just to have a bit of fun. Now, like I had already mentioned, when it comes to recruitment of the team, it's a bit different. With it only being a wish on the Dragon Balls at stake, people are more just interested in taking part in it for a bit of fun. So a recruitment of a massively strong team isn't really needed. Of course, Goku, Vegeta, Gohan and Piccolo are all surefire bet. They love testing themselves, and this will be a great opportunity to do so. In a twist, Goten and Trunks are also recruited. The two boys will grow a lot in this experience, and also having access to God Key will give them a massive increase in power. Gohan wants to bring Videl along, since she has also shown great prospects in her most recent training. Goku, like normal, would bring up the idea of getting Krillin and 18, and whereas Krillin is really happy to take part in, 18 takes a little bit of convincing. She eventually does agree and says how she'll be wishing for money if she becomes the winner. Everyone's fine with this, and they need a final contendant. Master Roshi is the natural pick for people, and the team ends up being not too different from canon. And like I had already mentioned, thanks to it being a much more peaceful tournament, the group don't have to push both TN or 17 to join. They're not required, it's just a spar at this point. And with Boo and Frieza dead and evil, they would never have recruited them anyway. With everyone recruited in a much faster time, they get a bit of time to train. The training is much more light-hearted, but people are willing to go all out and get a bit of extra time in. No one really needs a wish on the Super Dragon Balls, they just want to win. So, eventually the tournament would come around, and during it, things are pretty normal. Everyone is desperate and thirsty for that wish, so people are fighting hard to make a wish on the greatest wishing orbs ever. Now, there would be some small changes throughout the story, and people making it further than they did in canon. Some things I would like to bring up is Krillin beating Frost thanks to having godly sparring partners. The man would have small trace amounts of God Key, which would be a massive increase to him. People like Piccolo would perform much better than he did in canon, maybe whipping out a Namekian transformation of his own. For now, I would like to say it would be the one he uses in the Dragon Ball superhero movie, but that's not out yet. So, I'm just going to say he uses a form equivalent to Super Saiyan God. Not in the same sort of multiplier level, but the same sort of concept. A godly Namekian, essentially. With Gohan performing amazingly, showing off his newly developed Super Saiyan Blue form. He mostly fights alongside Videl, who is doing really well for herself in this tournament, managing to help Gohan take out multiple members of the Pride Trooper, since Gohan thought they were the most interesting people to fight. But he really can't take anyone on Toppo or even Jiren's level. Dispo, however, is easily taken out at this point. As the tournament continues on, people are falling quite fast, but everyone's having a bit of fun with it. No one's desperate for this wish. Well, one person's desperate for this wish, and Goku can feel that resolve echo throughout the entire tournament. This man is desperate for it. Goku approaches Jiren. Like in canon, he can feel the desire to get the Super Dragon Balls, and he's interested. This man will fight all out to get this wish, so Goku will as well. As they exchange the same similar blows they would in canon, Goku working his way up through the Super Saiyan forms. However, the moment Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue, the fight is very different. Goku here has had years upon years to master this form. He's definitely not losing too much stamina while using it, and he can fight for a long time using this state. He also pulls out the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, and even though he's performing a lot better than he did in canon, he's still not able to dent Jiren's armour. So, he decides to use his newest form. Goku activates his Ultra Instinct Sign form, something he had recently gotten and he's been mastering ever since. He knows he's not quite there yet, but he hopes Jiren will be the push he needs. As Goku and Jiren begin to battle it out, it is much more like Goku's battle against Jiren in his third incarnation of Ultra Instinct Sign. Goku is easily able to put up a much better fight against Jiren, and the man is forced to power up, showing off more and more of his power. Goku tries to match him, however, it's clear that he still hasn't got a full mastery over Ultra Instinct, as he's slowly tiring down. And after a few minutes of fighting, Goku drops out of Ultra Instinct, now being pretty much exhausted. Jiren is about to kick him out of the arena, which is when Vegeta steps in, saying Kakarot really needs to get a grasp of that form before he picks fights against the strongest in the arena. Goku laughs slightly, asking if Vegeta has got this. The prince laughs, saying he's fine, as Goku pulls himself up and starts walking off. Jiren's confused, but Vegeta tells him not to worry, he'll be out of the arena shortly. As he powers up to his Ultra Ego state, the thought that Jiren had of Goku being the top dog in Universe 7 is shredded away, as Vegeta's Ultra Ego form, which has long since been mastered, shows its face. Toppo is amazed, seeing this state is much like his own, and now realising how much of a threat Vegeta is. And before anyone can react, Vegeta is on top of Jiren, landing blow after blow. Jiren powers up to retaliate, landing hits in on Vegeta, but it's clear that the man gets stronger and faster with every hit that Jiren lands on him, meaning it's a battle of endurance, something Vegeta is happily able to play out. As the two begin to clash, Goku watches on from the sides, as Toppo does the same. Goku, seeing Toppo, asks if he wants to have a bit of a fight, and the man is happily able to accept it, as Goku powers up to Super Saiyan Blue, and Toppo powers up himself. The pair begin their own little battle, while still keeping an eye on their two allies fighting it out. Vegeta and Jiren keep clashing for a while, and it's soon clear that Vegeta will not win this battle, as Jiren's power increases ever more. Vegeta realises that he won't win if Jiren is given the chance to fully power up. As much as it hurts his pride a little bit, he wants to win this tournament, so he begins pushing hard against Jiren, and slowly taking him towards the edge. Jiren takes note of this but can't do much to retaliate. He still isn't at full power, and Vegeta really isn't giving him a chance to do much here. And after a few seconds of fighting longer, Vegeta has him right on the edge of the arena. Vegeta apologises for such a coward's victory, but he's taking whatever he can get. Using a quick flurry of moves, he manages to push Jiren out of the arena. The man almost pulls himself back up, but Vegeta Hakkai's the ledge that he's grabbing onto, making Jiren fall to the ground below, and eventually landing in the void and back into the stands. Jiren is defeated, as Goku manages to finish up his battle against Toppo, having reactivated his Ultra Instinct form to do so, having knocked that man out as well. The rest of the tournament is a pretty big sweep for Universe 7, and when it's done and finished, Vegeta is crowned the MVP. The man doesn't want anything, and after some pestering from Goku, offers the wish up to Jiren. This confuses the Pride Trooper, but Goku explains how he could sense the resolve in his heart, and the pureness of it as well. So he decided to give him the wish, since, he probably needs it. They have their own Dragon Balls back where they come from, so if they need anything, they'll just use them. Jiren can't believe the kindness of these strangers, and understands this must be what trust is, as he wishes for his sensei and all those who had died to the creature who had killed a lot of his loved ones to return. And after the wish is granted, all universes go their separate ways, and the tournament ends on a high note. Next natural step from here would be the Broly movie, but Frieza was Hokkaido. The only way this could happen is King Cold takes Frieza's place, but I don't really see that happening. So for the most part, that arc is skipped. So next is Moro, and I'll be covering this very briefly because I really don't see things changing all that much. For the most part, things near the start of the Moro arc play out like normal, with our heroes going to Namek, losing their first fight to him thanks to underestimating him. However, the second time round after they have gotten healed, they are willing to go all out. This time, they have no plan on holding back. Goku and Vegeta head towards Moro's location, and along the way, Vegeta tells Goku that his Ultra Instinct form will handle Moro much better. Goku agrees, as when they arrive at the battlefield, Goku powers up to the Master Ultra Instinct state, something he had mastered shortly after the tournament. Seeing the power difference between himself and Vegeta, he was desperate to close it, which he has managed to do. Goku, in the Mastered Ultra Instinct form, quickly deals with Moro, who cannot match this power from Goku. Once he's defeated, Goku is getting ready to send him back to jail, but Vegeta steps in, using the Hokkai to complete Beerus' job for him, ending the arc before anything bad can happen. With that said, next up would be Granola's arc, but things there would play out quite a lot like canon. These two are both in a similar position to where they were from the original timeline. The only difference is Vegeta hasn't got Force Spirit Fission, and to be honest, I don't think we're missing out on much without him having it. He has literally not used it since. So for the most part, I'm going to say either the Granola arc goes exactly the same, or it doesn't happen at all because 7-3 isn't loose. Take your pick. And with that said, I hope everyone enjoyed this. I'm sorry it's shorter than normal, but some people might like this. And I'm sorry it seems like I rambled on a little bit. I bulked it out a little bit here and there just for everyone's enjoyment. That all being said, I do hope everyone enjoyed. Sorry for this part being shorter. I hope you all have a good day or a great night. See you next time.